Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Dungeon. I'm your host, Lauren Tepper. The guy next to me needs really no introduction if you know anything about basketball. If you find yourself in any gym, whether it be at Mount Judy, it be in Mountain Home, it be down in Hot Springs during the state finals, you've probably seen this man come walking through the door, doesn't say much, but just kind of watches the talent and can tell you whether he can play or not play. It's funny when you ask him about somebody, and he sees the small things that make a difference. It's Coach Jerry Thomason, the athletic director and men's basketball coach out at North Arkansas College. He's at the helm of the Pioneers. And, Coach, the season's coming to an end, is it not?
It's going fast. Yes, it is.
It has gone extremely fast.
3 or 4 games left for the regular season, and I know we're close, but I don't even know exactly how many. So, we've qualified for district play, and so. We're just looking forward to just getting the opportunity to proceed with our program. Yeah.
We got one more home game this Saturday afternoon.
That's right.
You're coming in. It's hard to believe the Pioneers. We started back in the 1st of November, and it goes by so quickly. When you're running in conjunction with the high school schedule, and all of a sudden the basketball tournaments get here for the high school level, and your season's over too, and it's hard to believe.
Yeah, it's going quick this year. Of course, it seemed like starting August, it takes a long time to get to Christmas, and then after Christmas, it's just a heartbeat, and it's over.
And what makes it more unique is out at NorthArk is when you get to December, you have the high school tournaments starting to roll in and some other things, and all of a sudden you're not home a lot, so it kind of gets lost in the shuffle there. And then the seasons, you come back in January after the boys tournament, and then the season's quickly there. You're 6-7 weeks away, and then it's over with.
Right, and of course, we've always, when finals over with first semester until probably school picks back up, there's sometimes 3 or 4 weeks in there where we don't hit the court as far as games, and like I say, we'll get out there and watch Ozark Classic and Blue Gold at Springfield, and we have our own tournament, and there's Christmas tournaments all over Mountain Home, and we try to see as many high school kids outside our area then as we can, and then when our tournament starts back up, then we have to kind of be isolated to the local arena, So, but it goes fast once we get back in. School starts. It goes real quick, because then about 6 weeks later, you're looking at district play and trying to qualify for nationals. Yeah.
Well, Gary Hodges does a lot of your footwork together. The two of you working together, trying to see who's out there, talking with some players. And I know that we're getting into some real gray area here, but all I can tell you is that if he's in the gym, he's probably looking at somebody, seeing if somebody catches your eye, right?
That's true. Or I'm still trying to look for a coach to show me a little trick. So if I can see a kid and pick up on a trick play or something or a situation, I try to log that in. I'm an old dog, but I can still learn some new tricks every now and then.
All right, let's talk about your current team. Let's talk about. We'll start first with your 2-year starter, the boy from Van Cove, who 2 years ago you and I were talking about him and talking about how he can shoot the basketball, and he can shoot it. You were right about that. Blake Haney, been a 2-year starter for you, has really come on of late. It's one of those things it's a flower or a plant. You're watching it and you keep feeding it, and you're waiting for it to just bloom, and all of a sudden he's bloomed here in the last few weeks of you, and really has stepped up and what needed and has done what you needed him to do.
Well, we've needed some good shooting. I like of course. Defense wins championships, but it seemed like if a guy can put the ball in the hole and guard a little bit, we'll find a place for him, So, but Blake has really this last semester, and basically the whole year, we've been trying to establish a little bit, of somebody who's going to be dependable, consistent, and where they're going to go on the court and do a certain amount of good things for you. And last 10 or 12 ball games, Blake definitely has improved his game and brought that quality to us. Along with the rest of the guys, we were, I think, 9-8 right after Christmas, and now we're at 16-10. So we've put together a pretty good little run here. We lost our last game, a tough game against Arkansas Baptist, very athletic, defensive-minded ball club Coach Ripley has, and they gave us some troubles, and kind of took us out of our game a little bit. But for the most part, we've been playing a lot better basketball this last 10, 12 ball games we've had.
The other guy who's been a 2-year starter for you, which is funny. We've talked about him, and you can't keep him out of the lineup. It's amazing. He's undersized. He always is going to be up against a guy who's faster than him, quicker than him, but somehow does it every day, and that's Caleb Curtis.
Well, Caleb's just blue collar. Learned that from his brother probably and his family, and he comes every day. He's well coached in high school, and he just loves to play. And Caleb, I don't know if you need to find somebody or whatever. He probably talented wise, he's not in the upper echelon is what you'd say. He's not a great jumper. He's not blessed with speed or quickness, but he's strong and he gives it all he's got. He's got a lot of heart. And Caleb has learned his game, and he only does those things that he knows he's going to be successful at. And so therefore, he's in the top. 2 weeks ago, I know he's the leading in the nation in field goal percentage, and it's because of his shot selection. He's gonna shoot a good percentage, most part from the line. He's gonna take care of the basketball. He's not gonna throw it away. He can handle it pretty good. And the thing about it, we talk about defense, and I can put Caleb on anybody from the point guard to the big guy, and even though he may be quicker on the guard standpoint or bigger than him on the inside, he'll get in there and muscle up with him and get the job done. And so defensively, Caleb's probably our answer on defense.
And he's really stepped up his game and has truly one who's come here, worked hard, done everything you ever asked him, never questions what you ask him to do, and you gotta love the guy's heart.
Oh yeah, that's Caleb Curtis. His heart, yeah. Just his attitude and his heart and his desire, as Frank Boyles used to say, these are. It's a little different than desire.
Let's move to your point guard. He wasn't starting for you beginning of the year, but has come on, and really the wiry guy from New York. And we do have a guy from New York. I'm telling you, New York City, Christ of the King High Schools where this boy went to school, Marion Smith, and he's a wiry guy, but boy, can he get up and down the floor.
Well, he's got that little spurt, and he's not bigger in a minute, but he'll, and like I say, we had trouble with Arkansas Baptist the other night, and they had, good quick guards, and they had physical guards, and that kind of guard, can give Marion a little bit of problem, but also Marion he can blow by them at times. And Marion has really stepped his game up and did a good job for us. And he's an exciting kid to watch. I love watching him play now. He's loose about it now. He's feeling confident, and he's a fun. I think he's fun to watch. I mean, he brings a lot to the table. He sure does.
He does.
He can get from one of that court when he kicks it in. He can get there pretty quick. Yeah.
And you got to rely on him for a lot of minutes. He's got to be smart when he's doing, because you truly don't have a backup point guard.
Not a true one.
Not a true backup point guard. You can get some rest minutes or some quality minutes from Randy Peters, or if you have to move Blake over there, you can get some minutes. But he's really the guy.
I've played. Caleb does it. So
I know that. I'm not going to say that because one time that I said something about him bringing the ball up the floor, Coach Lynch he questioned me on me questioning him. So I don't want to say anything about that. But Marion has really done well for you, and he's going to be back next year because he redshirted for you.
Right.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully,
yeah.
I mean, I'm saying that to be nice.
And you want your players to advance to the next level, if at all possible. And you always redshirting a kid and letting him develop a year, and you run that as, I don't know if it's a problem or not, but you still want them to. I want him to come back and play for us, but that'd be his call. And if he can better himself on the athletic field, then that'd be his call.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, no. I want him to advance to the next level. Yeah.
Well, Coach, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll talk about the rest of your starting crew, and then we'll talk a little bit about your bench help, and we'll see what goes on. We'll be right back.